Yes?
Could you recommend another good book?
There!
This book is entitled Legends. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
Yes?
Could you recommend another good book?
There!
This book is entitled Power, Politics, and Pulpits. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt. The sign atop the store simply says A. A large and incredibly hefty-looking mallet is propped up against the shelf. A small engraving on its head reads, Broggy. Apparently, this interesting-looking item is a Model DX cartridge retrieval unit. Quite a useful little device in another time and place. Ah, Dragonfire! Oh, no, wait. It's just a mounted dragon head. Whew. It is a red sorcerer's hat. You don't need it, and apparently neither does Simon.
Good afternoon. What can I do for you, dear?
Hello. Do you sell anything that would aid in ascent up a mountain?
Unfortunately, I do not sell climbing equipment or anything of that sort. This is really a specialist store.
Oh.
However, I do have an item which you might find useful. This lamp is said to contain a genie. Never tried it myself, of course. I do not believe in using magic to solve my problems. Nature has made us as we are, and we should be glad of that.
Uh-huh. How much for the lamp?
The old lady hesitates. You sense she wants more from you than your money. You hope it is not anything that you will regret.
Well, seeing as how you are a man who seems adept at taking care of himself, perhaps you could do a small favor for me?
Somehow, you knew she was going to say that.
I once owned a beautiful nightingale, quite rare around here, but the sentimental value far outweighs its monetary worth. That foul old witch Hagatha has stolen it from me, probably to use in some concoction or another.
Her nose screws up in disgust.
So, if you could be a sweetie and retrieve it for me, I will trade you the lamp for the bird. Agreed?
Well, I will see what I can do.
Do be careful. If Hagatha should spot you out of her good eye, then you'll be in for it.
You have nothing more to say at this time. It is a human skull with a radiant blue stone wedged into its eye socket. He's way past talking these days. It is a human skull with large eye sockets. As you near the cave, the bat symbol above the entrance starts radiating an ominous black glow. As you face the skull towards the image of the bat above the cave, you notice that its wing has faded slightly. However, you suspect that whatever danger the bat represents is still in effect. He's way past talking these days. As you attempt to place the birth gem into the skull, you discover that it does not fit properly. Instead, it juts out uselessly like a bulging eyeball. You gently tap the birth gem with the mallet, hoping not to break it. It budges only slightly. You give it a harder hit. It moves a bit more. You hold your breath and give the gem an almighty thwack. It pops into the skull. With the birth gem now firmly in place, you turn the leftmost skull so that it faces the bat symbol above the cave entrance. The power of the two skulls combined has caused the bat symbol to disappear. You sense whatever danger it represented has now subsided. As you enter, you are almost overwhelmed by the foul stench which molests your nostrils. It is obviously coming from whatever Hagatha is cooking in that large cauldron of hers. There are some things of interest on the other side of the cave, but you have no means of crossing over there safely at this time. A caged nightingale sits on the floor near the northern cave wall. The light from outside barely penetrates the interior of this cave. So long as you keep your distance, Hagatha shouldn't notice you. Being as quiet as a mouse, you slide your hand inside the cloak to discover a deep pocket. Amongst sticky and disgusting spell ingredients, you find a tiny silver key and a peculiar golden ring-shaped device. You need to get closer. You slide the silver key into the lock. It fits. You turn it silently, and the chain falls to the ground. You silently drop the cloth over the cage. You hear Hagatha begin a chant of some kind while stirring her brew.
The fluid of blood, with bone and
Without
flesh.
making a sound, you take the nightingale into your possession.
'Twill make my complexion young and...
You remove the cloth from the cage. Looking at the bottom of the cage, you find that a letter has become stuck to it. You peel it off. The paper is slightly crumpled and dirty, having somehow become stuck to the bottom of a bird cage. You read the letter. The letter puzzles you. but you put it away and continue your quest. You strike the skull with all your strength, and it shatters easily. The birth gem clatters to the ground, along with a multitude of bone fragments. You reacquire the birth gem. He's way past talking these days.